Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都很难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm your Honglin with Tony Reed in the studio. Hi, Tony.
Honglin, what's going on? And hello to all of our listeners out there.
Hello to you all. And I'm very glad to be in the studio, being with Tony, doing our show. To be quite frank, it's one of the best things in my life. I mean, I really enjoy doing the show.
Wow, that just makes me feel very flattered, first of all. And
That's true.
it's great that I'm
happy.
actually, I feel like when we first started doing this show to now, I can see a difference in myself in the Chinese that I understand, and it's kind of cool. I still can't speak worth
You
2
can't
cents,
speak.
but
You're just being too shy. And I totally get it. When you first start doing something, it can be a little bit intimidating because you're a stranger. You're entering a new place, and maybe the place itself is not new, so everybody else knows each other, and that is just extra pressure.
Yes.
No matter if you're starting school or you're starting to work in a different place, having one or two familiar faces or even just friendly smiles help a lot.
yeah, they do. It really does. And I get lots of friendly smiles when I make mistakes in Chinese. So.
See, that's the thing. I feel like sometimes I'm not going to say much more tolerant to expats living in the country.
Yeah, you do, actually.
Well, it's the same thing. When I'm living in other countries outside of China, people would always say, wow, your English is so great. I'm like, it's fine. But secretly, I'm a bit happy. I mean, it's the same thing here in China. If you are learning Chinese and if you are making mistakes, people would definitely just give you very friendly smiles and also try really hard to understand you, even if it means you have to, repeat the same sentence several times or explain it in different ways. We really do want to go out of our way to help.
Yeah.
That is just because sometimes we understand the difficulty when you enter a new place. So do you still remember when you first start working here? Do you have problems like finding offices or finding the cafeteria?
I knew absolutely nothing when I came here, and it was a big move, big decision. So I was still stewing over that, whether I made the right decision. So yeah, a lot of it was language based though, because you're just in a world where everything, even the signs, everything is completely different. So yeah, it's nice to feel comfortable soon. And I think in this world, or in the language learning world, we have to study. That's really all that you can do. And the more that you familiarize yourself with the language, things, those walls start to come down.
That's totally true. Actually, I had a short experience of living in Belgium where people actually speak French. It still is a totally different language to me, a very complicated language, and I didn't understand, I didn't know how to say things. And my trick when I not only move to a new place to live, but also travel to new places, I try to learn 1 or 2 words first in the language local people speak, so that they know that I'm making my effort, I'm trying really hard. Even I can't really say things quite much in that language, people would still appreciate my effort. So that is one little tip. If you're entering a new place, if you do not know the language, maybe at least learn 1 word. Learn to say hello. Learn to say I love you. People love when you say that.
Yeah.
And also maybe you can learn 1 or 2 things about that new place. It helps as well. Just show that you're trying really hard and people will appreciate that and lend you a hand.
Wow, that sounds definitely will work in that particular situation. Oh, now I'm wondering what we're talking about today.
We are actually talking about going to a new school. And my suggestion is that learn about the school and definitely learn the language, especially if you are a exchange student starting your study here in China and you do not know the language quite well and you do not know your school and you can't even read Chinese signs in the school. Learn the following conversation might lend you a hand.
Yes.
And that is actually the theme of today's topic.
And they might actually have some signs in English too, right?
As well, yes. But reading a sign is definitely not as, well, assuring as asking your fellow students in the school.
It's a great way to talk to somebody you want to talk to that you don't know.
And make friends.
Yeah, or maybe more.
Yes, so for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. For more Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page Learn Chinese to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. 你好，请问新生报到处怎么走？
就在图书馆的斜对面，正好我也要过去，一起走吧。
太感谢了，我是路痴，总是迷路。
多走几次就熟悉了。
学姐，可以加个微信吗？
没问题，有什么不懂的，随时可以问我。
你好，请问新生报到处怎么走？
就在图书馆的斜对面，正好我也要过去，一起走吧。
太感谢了，我是路痴，总是迷路。
多走几次就熟悉了。
学姐，可以加个微信吗？
没问题，有什么不懂的，随时可以问我。
See, a very plausible conversation.
I agree. I think that this is something that can be used if we learn it.
So for the first sentence, 你好，请问新生报到处怎么走？
This is hello. May I ask how to get to the new student registration location? So ni hao is obviously hello.
Yes.
Qingwen, I think this is I want to ask or please ask, right?
Yes, please may I ask. It's a very polite way of saying may I ask this.
And then xin sheng, I think this is like new, and then sheng, I think implies...
Sheng here is short for 学生.
Okay, so student.
Student, so 新生. So 生 here is actually short for 学生, student. So 新生, new student.
Okay, straightforward. And then 报到处. This is a new one for me. I think this must be probably the registration or...
Yes, registration location. Actually, 报到 carries the meaning of register or report to certain place. So 报 is to report. 到 is I arrived. So I'm telling you that I have arrived. I'm ready here for whatever is coming. So 报到 register. 处 is a place.
No, not Difang, huh?
Yeah, Difang is a place, but 处 suggests this is a place. You use this character to form certain locations. So we have 报到处, student registration location, student registration place. And you can also have 办事处.
办事处?
办事处. 办事 is doing things. So if you are looking for a place that can help you run your errands in this certain facility, you're looking for 办事处.
Okay.
So 处, that's the idea. 怎么走?
And then 怎么走? Where or how walk or where to go? I think this is another way of just saying where is it, right?
Yes, actually 怎么走, how to get there. We know 走 is walk and 怎么 is how. So 怎么走, how to go there. This is also a very common way of asking where is it? Because if you ask where is it, they'll tell you the location, but 怎么走, they'll direct you, help you to like go straight, turn right, turn left, something like that.
Okay, because I've always said just,博物馆在哪里?
在哪里? Where is it? See, you can ask that question as well.
Okay.
就在图书馆的斜对面，正好我也要过去，一起走吧。
It's just diagonal from the library. Actually, I'm going there too. Let's go together.
Yes.
So, 九, I think, is this like then or?
It's just.
Oh, just. Okay. 在 is like at.
At.
And then 图书馆.
图书馆.
I think that might be library.
It is library.
I see guan and I see shu.
Quite good at catching the key character here. So 图书 is a relatively more official way of saying books. 图 is picture.
Okay.
书 is book. It doesn't mean picture books. It means the books with characters and pictures and everything. So 图书 books. 馆 is a place. For instance, we also have 体育馆.
体育馆 sounds familiar.
That's sports venue.
Okay.
And also, you know how to say museums.
Yeah, 博物馆.
博物馆, see, that's how you do it. And also there's 展览馆, similar thing. It's also exhibition places.
Okay.
So 博物馆的斜对面.
斜对面. This looks like a direction of some sort.
Yes,
right?
we know 对面 is across. So for instance, if you're standing across the street and we're meeting each other, but you cannot find me, I can call you and say, 我在你对面. I'm right here, right across the street.
Okay.
我在你对面. And if I'm not directly in front of you, there is a little angle. You have to turn your heads right a little bit or left a little bit to find me.
Okay.
I'll say, 我在你斜对面.
Okay. So
That's the diagonal cross.
Okay, got it.
That's the idea, 斜对面.
All right. And then 正好.
正好.
This, I think, is, we've talked about this before. It's like, it just so happens.
It just so happened.
Okay.
Perfect.
Or actually.
Yeah, actually sometimes, because 正好 is kind of like saying, for instance, in this conversation, I can take you there, but it's not because I'm going out of my way to help you. It just so happened that I'll go there too. So don't feel like I'm doing you a huge favor. It's okay. Let's go together. Suggest that. So that's how 正好 is used.
Like, what a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Okay. 我也 is like
我也
I also. 我也要去 or 过去?
要过去.
要过去. So I think this is saying that I'm also going.
I'm also going. Actually, 要去 works as well. 过去 is just, again, Chinese people like two-syllable words. And also, it's a little more colloquial.
Okay. 一起走吧. So 一起 normally means together.
It means together.
And then 走, I think, is what I learned today. It's not just go. It means like walk.
It means walk. 走路 walk.
And then 吧 is normally when it's like let's or...
It is. 一起走吧. Let's go together. 太感谢了. 我是路痴，总是迷路.
And that means thank you so much. I am awful when it comes to directions. I always get lost. So 太感谢. 感谢 is like giving thanks or being thankful.
Yes.
Right? And then 太 is like too much. So I think that's a different way to say 非常感谢. Right?
See, you know different ways of saying things. I am so glad. I am.
She's my teacher, guys. I think that's why there's so much.
So much pride.
And then we have 我是, that means I am. And then we have 路痴.
New word.
This is a new word for me. I mean, I know
is.
I said that I'm terrible when it comes to directions.
Yes.
But I think, does this one word signify that, or does it have another meaning?
Well, it does signify that. And also 路 we know is road. And 吃 itself, this character, it can mean being
Not eat.
obsessed? No, being obsessed about something or being a complete idiot about something.
Okay.
And here, 路痴 means I am an idiot when it comes to
Roads?
recognizing roads and remembering where to go. I know it's a bit exaggerating, but sometimes people use these exaggerated words to, lighten the mood, to be a little bit funny, to mock themselves a bit. It's like sometimes people say 我是路痴 I'm bad at roads. Or 我是脸盲. So 脸 is face. 盲 is 盲人 is blind.
Oh,
so
it's not
脸盲
busy.
Same pronunciation, different characters, but 脸
My
盲
face
here.
is busy, huh?
No, 脸盲 here actually means I am blind when it comes to faces. It means I'm bad with recognizing people's face.
Oh, I know people like that. Yeah.
Right?
I'm the opposite. I can see a face and I remember like who they are, what movie they've done, and or whatever. And then other people are just like, oh, I can't tell. I can't.
I can tell. But see, when you say 我脸盲, it means I am blind when it comes to faces. It's also exaggerating things, but that's a kind of an expression.
Okay.
So 路痴 bad at recognizing roads.
All right. And then 总是迷路.
总是迷路.
I think 总是, again, this is a word that comes in and out of this conversation a lot. And I think it's always.
Always.
Okay.
Good.
总是迷路. Is this, I think 路 means road again, right?
Yes.
And then me, I'm not sure. I think that.
Me is puzzled. I'm puzzled by roads.
Okay, so then always get lost.
Always get lost.
Or always lost.
Yes. 总是迷路. 多走几次就熟悉了.
This is, you'll get familiar with it after exposing yourself to it more or walking it more.
Yes.
Yeah? So, 多走
多.
多. So this is like more.
Yes.
Or a lot. And then 走 is walk. And then 几次.
几次 means several times.
Okay. And then, so yeah, more, walk several times.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
久 is then, and then 熟悉了. So 熟悉, I believe this is the familiar.
Familiar.
Right? Okay.
So 多走几次, do something more times. Actually, this structure is also very often used in the Chinese language. For instance, if you are dining in a Chinese family and their parents can be very friendly and they want you to have a really good meal, and they will say 多吃几口,多吃几碗. So eat some more. Eat more bites. Eat more bowls of rice. Just, eat more. 多吃点儿. It's their way of treating you well. And also, if your teacher says to you, 多读几本书, read some more books. Yes, so that's the idea. That's how you use the structure. 多, do something several times, or several bites, or several bowls. Several plus the quantity word.
Okay.
学姐，可以加个微信吗?
This is, can I add you on WeChat? Well, this 学姐, I think this 姐 is the way of saying sister.
Big sister, yes.
But the 学 indicates study.
Study,
So,
school,
study sister?
anything related. Yes, it is actually study sister because 姐 we know is older sister. And we also have 妹, younger sister. And 学 is school. So actually in college, I think it's a thing in college more. I don't remember myself doing it in middle school, but when I entered college, I started to call people senior when it comes to grades. 学姐 or 学长. So 学 study or school, 姐 older sister. 长 actually here suggests it doesn't mean older brother, it's more like senior people. So 学姐学长, that's how you address people in senior grades than you. And for those who are in junior grades, you call them 学妹学弟. Literally, 妹 is younger sister, 弟 is younger brother.
Okay. 学妹.
Yeah.
学弟.
It's really close.
Okay.
Kind of like it.
But what about like a colleague? If you work with somebody, do you?
You don't do that anymore. It's just a thing in schools.
Okay, so you can't call somebody like what is it? How do you say 公?
No, not a
公姐,
thing.
公姐.
Totally not a thing.
工作姐.可以 is
It's
like
can or
and
not.
then 加个.
加 is add.
Add, okay.
个 actually here is the quantity word. You don't necessarily need it. You can say 可以加微信吗? That works as well. But 加个微信, I feel like it's a more colloquial way of saying things.
Okay. Yeah, I normally say 可以给我你的微信?
I kind of like your way better. I feel like your way is more polite. Very
Really?
nice.
Okay. Well, 加个 is add, and then 微信 is obviously WeChat.
Yes.
Right? Ma, of course, is the question.
May I add you as my WeChat friend? 没问题，有什么不懂的，随时可以问我。
So this is no problem. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me anytime. 没问题 is no problem.
No problem.
没 is short for 没有.
没有.
问题 I think is question. Yeah?
Yes.
So, or problem. And then 有 is have, and then 什么 is like what, and then 不懂的, so 不懂 means don't understand. So if you have something you don't understand,
Yes.
随时, I think this is anytime.
Anytime.
可以 is can, and then 问 is question
Ask.
or ask, and then 我 is I. So yeah, anytime you can ask me.
Yes. In this short sentence, actually, there are two things we can take away. First is about the 的 here. 的 here actually transform the verb or the adjective to a noun. So 不懂, it means don't understand. 不懂的 is the things that you don't understand. We know 好吃.
好吃 is delicious.
好吃的.
Stuff that is delicious.
Yes. And the second thing is about 随时, anytime. It's actually much more useful than you think, because at any time is also used in occasions like you can ask me anytime, 随时可以问我, 随时联系, let's keep in touch, let's stay in touch. It means we know 联系 is stay in touch, and 随时联系 is you can contact me anytime. I think this is often used when you have a cooperation with someone, when you're doing the same project with someone, and you're telling them just let me know anytime if you have anything you want to ask, you want to add, you want to change, and all that comes to we can connect at any time. So 随时联系。
联系.
联系。
Can we say 总是联系?
总是联系, it's not a set phrase, which means people would not get you like that. And people, if you use 随时联系, they know you're saying, let's stay in touch, let's closely communicate.
Okay. Got it.
So that is the conversation. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
All right, let's give it a go then.
Okay. 你好，请问形象报道处怎么走？
就在图书馆的斜对面，正好我也要过去，一起走吧。
太感谢了，我是路痴总是迷路。
多走几次就熟悉了。
学姐，可以加个微信吗？
没问题，有什么不懂的，随时可以问我。You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Honglin, and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's learn about how to register in Chinese universities for international students. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin, joined by Tony. So Tony, do you know the due process of registration in Chinese universities?
I would imagine it's a lot. But for most of us who are coming to any international, any country, you need to have a passport.
Yeah, totally. You need to prepare your passport and visa. That's 签证和护照. 护照和签证, they're basically the same thing because your 护照 is passport.
Yeah.
So your visa is stick to your passport. So that's the same thing. And also related health certificate. That is something you have to do. 健康证明.
健康, that's like health kit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
健康 health 证明 certificate.
证明,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Health certificate, letter of acceptance for sure.
Oh, yeah, somebody has to invite you, I suppose.
录取通知书. Also, we talked about it in previous episodes. 录取通知书. 通知书. Yes, 录取 is acceptance.
Uh-huh.
通知书, noticing letter.
Okay.
Also, you need the diploma or certificate of your previous education, school experience.
GED, we call it, or diploma.
So that's the things you need to prepare. And also, you have to go to the university. Actually, some universities offer a airport pickup service.
What? Really? Okay, that sounds kind of cool. I know that I love it when I get a shuttle.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm traveling and then the hotel I'm staying at provides some form of transportation.
Well, it's kind of like
Sounds
that.
like it's the same. I mean, that's amazing.
It's more like your 学长学姐, the people, the students senior than you, going to the airport and show you the direction, where to go, and give you a warm welcome, telling
Yeah, that's
you,
nice.
hi, we're here.
Yeah, they have
You
the
come
sign
to
and
us.
you go there and they're like waiting for you. Again, that's a really nice and warm welcome that I'm not even sure if a lot of people get to experience. I think when most of the time when people travel, most of the time people know where they're going and they just go either by, public transportation or whatever.
Yeah, you can do that too, but even if you arrive at the school that way, upon your arrival, actually many students would stand in front of the school gate, give you direction to the places you need to go. That's still also very nice.
Yeah, I suppose.
And then after you arrive at the university, you will need to go to the university office and do the registration. Make sure you bring all your documents and one or two photo of yours, salon photo, would be nice.
Oh, like those passport photos?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think there are different ways to pay your tuition fee, but it depends on different college. Some universities would ask you to transfer the money before you arrive. Some
Of
require
course.
you to...
Why would they fly you out and then they find out, oh, this guy has no money?
Well, some
Send them
schools...
back.
Some schools would ask you to pay the tuition fee when you have already arrived. So it's a bit different. Just figure out the situation of your
Very
school.
wise.
They're fine. Not many students would choose to go have a trip in university and then just leave.
You never know.
Anyway, that is the process. And after registration, you would be able to get your student certificate, 学生证.
学生证.
Yes.
Okay.
With your 学生证 and sometimes 校园卡, school card. We call it school card. We also call it student card, 学生卡.
学生卡.
And
Ka. The ka is another
The
way of
card.
saying card, right?
Yes.
There's no RD pronunciation. It's just ka.
Ka, yeah. And back at my university, we used to call it 一卡通.
一卡通.
So 一 is one, 卡 is card, and 通 is pass. So using this one card, you can swipe the card at any place in the school for payment, for going into certain places, for making reservation in the library, something like that. So we
Okay.
call it 一卡通. It's one card for all.
Nice.
一卡通. I like it really much.
一卡通.
一卡通.
As long as you have enough money on it, then I would imagine that would be great.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think living in college is really cheap. The college cafeteria and I think the little stores in college are also cheap.
I've always found
remember.
them to be overpriced, but maybe it's different out here.
Yeah, it's really cheap here in China. And also, they have this not real contest thing among different school cafeterias. Often we would say, our university the chef is really good here and you should try this cafeteria or maybe that one, and someone else saying no way, our cafeteria is the best. It's funny. It's nice being a student.
Yeah, it has its perks, that's for sure.
Yeah. And some other things you better do when you arrive in China if you are an exchange student. First and foremost, get a Chinese SIM card for your cell phone. So that you'll be able to contact people.
Be connected, yeah.
Be connected, very important. And also open a bank account.
How do you say SIM cards? SIM 卡?
SIM 卡
Same.
Same in English. So
Okay.
easy.
All right.
And then open a bank account, also very important. So you can make money transfer in the country.
How do you say bank account?
银行账户
银行账户.
Or just say 我要办银行卡
Well, I think the first one's better.
Really? 我要办 is I'd like to have.
Oh, why? 我要办?
I'd like to start. I'd like to do this thing. 银行卡 is 银行 is bank. 卡 is card. Or if you're already in the bank, just say 我要办卡.
我要办卡.
I'd like to
Okay.
have a card.
I need a bank card. Give me a bank card.
I need a card. Yeah, that's the idea. So these are the things that you need to do when you arrive here in China as a exchange student. And the rest is for you to explore after
your own, huh?
registration. You get to explore
All
in
the
the
fun and
university
games.
and you can, make new friends, add a lot of WeChat friends and try explore different facilities in the school and even outside of school. And I think that is the beauty of living and studying in a foreign country. Everything could be new, could be a fun adventure, and that is just wow, makes me want to further my study.
Yes, indeed.
And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can also listen to the show and read the script there.
And you can find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese, and don't forget to leave your questions, comments, and ratings.
感谢收听，我们下次再见。
再见。